Okay guys, what's up? It's Silent Blackwing here, and I was at Nationals yesterday and I actually managed to get top 16 with the deck, and I'm finally here with like the playmat, the sleeves, the pin and stuff, everything. So I'm gonna have the deck list now for you that you all have been waiting for. So what our main deck was 3 Gofu. He's pretty much the main combo piece that you need. You also play 3 Armageddon Knights and 3 Dark Reffers to put the stuff to the graveyard. Let's see. And the 3 level eaters that you put to the graveyard. So this is pretty much like every Dark Synchro deck plays, the main engine. And you can get like anywhere from this. You could maybe cut some Dark Reffers, but I had hands where I didn't draw the card that would get me to level eater, so that's why I just maxed it on everything that can get cards to the graveyard. Then we still have some Blackwing cards here. So I play 3 Orochis. He's just a combo extender. You really need him at 3 because when you go for the combo and you have Sohaya in your graveyard and Stardust Charge Warrior on the field, you want to remove the Sohaya to special summon this a second Sohaya so that you can make from Stardust Charge and Orochi Raikiri. So you get your combos going. Then we play 2 Jet Synchros just because you play Desires in the deck, and it really sucks to banish one of him because then you can't go off. So you really want to play 2, but not 3 because it's terrible if you draw him. So I think he's good at 2, and you can still ditch him for Twin Twister, but that's pretty much the only, and 1 for 1, but those are pretty much the only 1 card that you can use him with. So you don't want to play 3. I would probably play only 1 if I wouldn't play Desires, but it also sucks to have him in your hand. You can kind of get him back to the deck with Plug, but otherwise it's not that good at 2, but you still have to play him. And for the one-offs in the deck we play 1 Mathematician. This is the same thing as Dark Refer and Armageddon Knight. You really just need to get your stuff to the graveyard faster, and even it's a little bit different because you can search him with Rhoda and you can send anything with him, right? Yeah, so you can even send him that these guys can't, and you can send the next card to a graveyard, Plug, and you can go for level 5, so you can kind of get to different levels than that you would get with the Armageddon Knight and Dark Refer. Then we play 1 Steam. He's such a good card in the deck just because of the Sohaya combos. You can tribute 1 Sohaya from the graveyard, from the field, special summon him, then you can banish one of the Sohayas, special summon the second Sohaya from the graveyard, drop its level with level eater, make level 7 from him and the Sohaya, and then you get the token, and the token, level eater and Raikiri, or the level 7 that you make, can make Trish. And if you had Hyper Liberian, you get to draw 2 cards as well, so it's really good. Then we have 1 Sephiroth. It unbricks a lot of hands in the deck. It's really good. I really like him. It kind of sucks to draw him in the opening hand, but if you draw him with Dark Refer and you have like an Orochi in the hand, you can still get the combo going, so he's also good. And then we have, for the last card or monster in the deck, we have 1 Maxi, and you just want to play him because if you don't win the die roll, you can still just win the game just by having this. So yeah, enough said. And now for the spells, we have 3 instant fusions. This is just like another Gofu. You get to Thesis or Norden, and Norden is gonna be banned in a couple of weeks, but I still think you have to play 3 of him because you can get to Thesis. And the deck takes a minor hit because Norden gets banned, but I think it's still really viable. And then we have 3 Allure of the Darkness, just to speed up the deck. Really nothing else to say about those 2. Then we have 2 Pot of Desires. This is kind of, I wasn't so sure if I wanted to play this because if you remove all your level eaters, you pretty much out of lose with the deck. And sometimes you just get so unlucky with the card that I didn't really want to play it, but then again I drew so many like brick hands, and then I just banished like Armageddon Knight, Dark Reference, and like kind of bad cards that you play anyway 3 of. So, and you draw like your brick hand to like a really good hand thanks to this card. So I still left it in. And then we have 2 Twin Twisters, only 2. A lot of people are playing 3, but I feel that 2 is like a good number, because if they have Dimensional Barrier set, it doesn't matter if you Twin Twister, they're just gonna chain it and say Synchros if you because you have to play discard the cost first. So if you discard Level Leader, they're gonna be like, okay, he plays Synchros, he changed the Dimensional Barriers and says Synchros. So I think 2 is fine, and I'm still siding the 3rd, of course. Then you play 2 DDRs. This is also like a really good card, just getting the Omegas back, and then if you remove something with Allure of the Darkness, you can special summon it back. So I don't know, it's good. Then for the one-offs we have 1 Foolish Burial. Really, there's such a lot of like monsters you want to send to the graveyard. So it's really good card. Then you have 1 free Reinforcement of the army to get your Armageddon Knights and Dark Reference. 1 for 1 just to get to your, just pretty much to get Level Leader or something bad from your hand to the graveyard, like Jet Synchron, and to special summon a Roshi, because if you have like this and Armageddon Knight, you can summon Armageddon Knight, get Level Leader to the graveyard, activate this, discard something, and special summon a Roshi, and then you can go for Sahaya, and you have level in the graveyard, so you have the combo again. And then you have one Day of Peace, and this is kind of also, this is like a backup plan, because if you don't win the die roll and they have a good field setup, you can try to get go for the combo, but play it around in a way that if they have Dimensional Barrier, you can play this and just stop the combo, and hopefully you will survive for the next turn, and you have like Twin Twister set that you can blow their back rows or something that you can go like off the next turn. So this is kind of like, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna hold this in the deck. I could just play it like 3 Into the Voids or something, but for now I keep it in the deck. It's okay. Then we play 1 Upstart Goblin, just because 39 is always better than 40. And for last card, 1 Soul Charge. Pretty much nothing to say about Soul Charge. Like, too good. Then for the extra deck we play, I'm gonna show these guys at the order I usually make them. So Sahaya, or 2 Sahayas of course, and from Sahaya, really nothing I can say. It's like really good with the steams and stuff. You can make so many Blackwing synchros and combos. It's really good. And from steams, you always want to make him. He puts Jet to the graveyard, so that, and he usually reduces his level, and you can he reduces his level, and after that you want to reduce one of the Sahaya's level that's on the field, so that you can special Level Leader back and make from these 2 guys Hyper Librarian. After that you want to reduce Hyper Librarian's level to 4, special summon Level Leader again, the Jet Synchro that you set to the graveyard, you want to special summon that, and the Level Leader and the Jet Synchron are gonna make this guy, so you got to draw 2 cards. Then this guy that you reduced earlier, these 2 are gonna make your level 6, they're gonna make this, you're gonna draw a card again, and then you're gonna make Level Leader again, this smaller, and summon him, and then you're gonna draw 3 cards. That's like the basic combo, but sometimes you have to maneuver it like in different ways depending on what you have left in the deck and what you draw. But that's pretty much the base 6. After that you usually want to go for the level 7, so you want to go for him or him depending on what you have. And now when Norden's gonna, usually you want to go for him with like him and Roshi for this guy, or then you want to just have like the first guy you want to make from him and Roshi, and the second guy is usually with Norden and a steam that's in the graveyard. Or you can also go right from this guy to like 1 Omega with Black Sparrow Zombie if he's in the graveyard. And from these guys usually you have like a big guy already on the field, so you just have to make him all the time smaller to special summon Level Leader back, like, and after that you can make the Omegas, so 3 Omegas of course. And probably the hardest part in the deck is to get one Omega and just leave it there. Don't play its effect, because you have to have a big guy on the field that level you can drop, so that you can get Levelator back and make these guys also Omegas. And after that you have one Trishula. Trishula is Trishula to the good. I have a feeling that every time I drop Trishula and they have something on the field that I can also banish, I usually win, because it's just such a good card. Because like Graveyard, it's such a huge part of the game nowadays, and yeah, it's just really good. Then for the last two cards we have one Northern. It's gonna get banned soon, but I still think, you know, it's not so important to the deck, like for example in Zoo, where the whole Zoo combo shenanigans, just everything's just thanks to Northern. And then we have one Jesus for the last card. Jesus is just another combo piece, another go for pretty much, not a Blackwing, so you can go for the Blackwing combo, so Haya, but he's still good. And then we have two Dido tokens, because they can be go for tokens as well. And for the side deck, this is of course depends heavily on where you live, what your meta is, and so on. But for the event, I pretty much, my only losses were against like some Zephyr deck that main decked Necrovale, and that was like RIP level leader. So I lost to that, and he won the die roll, of course, so that's why I lost to him 2-1. And then I lost to True Dracos. It was actually my first time playing against True Dracos, and I just knew that Kaijus were kind of good, and that one of my side deck card, Beazle, was kind of good, but this card wasn't so good after all. But I'm gonna talk about it later when I come to that card. So for the side deck we played pretty basic, you know, destruction. If you don't go first with the deck, let's say like this: if you go first with the deck, you should win. If you go second, you should just only play cards in your side deck that's gonna make you better if you go second, or the match up better if you go second. So if you go second, you obviously your opponent gonna have a good board, so you wanna just wipe that out. And if it's like a natural beast or something along those lines that you can't wipe them, you of course wanna play Kaijus. I want to play like this because they didn't brick. Oh, actually, they bricked once that I drew like. Okay, I'm gonna show you the two cards. Of course, I play Slumber as well, but once I drew into like 3 Kaijus like this, and yeah, it was really bad because I couldn't play Slumber because I only have 1 Gamma Seal in the deck. But I used Black Spirit as effect to put this guy in the back to my deck, on top of the deck, and then I could play Slumber. So yeah. I think this is still better because when you have Allure of the Darkness in the deck, you know, you can just ditch these guys for that, and then play DDR and summon a 2800 beater. If you need to make that like kind of strange play. Then I don't have Ashes because I don't really want to use the money for them, and I think Draw and Lockboard is kind of the same thing as Ash, but I don't know. Maybe I like buy Ashes. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, and then for like back row decks I played one Wind Twister, and yeah, this guy. This was kind of testing. I wanted to play him so bad just because True Dracos, I heard that, you know, my deck, it doesn't really have any out to a Masterpiece, and that kind of sucks. Or I can make Chidori and try to attack over it, but if they have Diagram on the field, I can't like get over it with 1 attack. So that kind of sucked, and yeah, I'm probably gonna start signing Master of Restrict or something just against True Dracos, because it's gonna be like a huge threat. I'm actually gonna go to European Championships when I got my invite now. I got to top 16, so I'm gonna change the side deck a little bit. And for that, yeah, I don't know, I maybe cut him, I don't know. I actually wanted to main deck him, but I don't really have the space. And for the last 2 cards, 2 prohibitions. So this is pretty much only if you go first, you can side like Maxi or Twin Twisters away for this guy and just say the hand trap that would hurt you the most. So if they have Maxi, you know, you could deck out them, but if they play like Draw and Lockbirds, Ashes or something that you know, you can just say Ash and, you know, hope that they don't have it. And the thing is with this card is also good that the first one that you're gonna draw, you can say the hand trap, and after that when you go through your whole deck and you know, for example, it's game 2 of course, or 3 because you sided these guys in, so you know what they're playing, and usually you draw into the second one, so then you can play, say, like their like the most important card of the deck, let's say Masterpiece, so you can activate this and say Masterpiece, and they're gonna be like, okay, now they can't even summon that, even if they would get out of the like hand loop stuff, or if I fail at the hand loop or something, I don't know, but still. One card that I was thinking about to side was Forbidden Chalice, just because Dweller pretty much kills the deck, and yeah, I'm probably gonna change the side deck a little bit, but I'm pretty sure the Destruction is gonna be inside, and probably these two. These are like the 3 cards that I have to think about more. But yeah, I think that was about it, and yeah, I'm probably gonna make more videos. I have actually a couple of nice replays on DevPro on like how more of the combos, how they work and stuff like that. But I think that was the video for today, and I'm out.